It's kind of one of those lineups that is like, it wins team fights and then it turns into push. That's what the Lycan in particular gives you. If you win a team fight, you guarantee take towers. That seemed to be a favorite of Liquid in particular.
Yeah, Lycan is one of the few heroes that...
It seems like, at least this is how I feel about it, the carries, we seem to go one or two directions. It's either going to have some sort of pushing carry that punishes you after you lose a team fight, or it's a carry that scales really well into late game and is just really tough to gank. Like Slark, I think, is one of the really good examples of those type of heroes that it just becomes difficult to make rotations to that safe lane.
Yeah, right now strategy is a little bit of a weird spot. We've been seeing every team has their own idea of the game. We barely have similar teams in terms of strategy. Everyone's trying to figure out what the best stuff is. The patches keep refreshing and new balance updates keep coming.
Do you feel like the last patch changed things particularly much?
It's hard to say just because it's so new.
Right.
Usually it takes at least 2 weeks for things to solidify. But there has been like minor changes.
Oh, Moon. Nicely played.
He's bringing Didier so low. It's like the third chase he's had against him now. And like, what's your punishment? Arstyle's going to move in, throw one orb, and Moon completely unfazed.
Yeah, not much he can really do there. This lane is actually really good for Darkseer as soon as he got past that like sticky level 1 area where the Skywrath tries to zone you out. But we see Darkseers, they know how to play around that. They just double Ion Shell early on, play around the creeps, they get level 2, and then he's kind of safe to do whatever.
The important part about laning phase for NaVi is that the Faceless Void is going to have a very good lane.
They might have a crack here at mid. Notel going to get hit already by Force Spears. Courier as well coming forward. Notel, the orbs are up. Then he keeps the attack going. The Sunstrike, Notel, he walks up north, so he'll dodge it. Back to the tower, lets one breathe fire go. The damage, he'll make it to the tree line. The attack, he jukes back up. Arstyle, the orb is blind. Does Notel have enough life? No, he doesn't. Arstyle will take the first blood. While over in the jungle, Seneko.
And he gets away. He's going to neutral deny. Oh, Seneko. All right, a good start for NaVi finally as they get the 2-0 just as Kuro is setting up and talking about how the general is going to have a good time in this off lane with the help of Seneko's Elder Titan. They end up very drastically winning it.
And it was a very close combat at the bottom lane while they went on the DK mid. Could have went both ways. Seneko played very nicely, as he always does.
Seneko seems to have a particular penchant for those roaming style heroes.
Seneko's early game movement could be possibly the best in the whole world. This person is just on point in whatever he does in the first 10 minutes. I think we've seen the Sand King earlier yesterday. It was very amazing to watch too.
Oh yeah, he like single-handedly won the game with the first 10 minutes. The way he moved around. The Elder Titan is actually someone I kind of want to talk about a bit. I feel like he's a hero that is, he rose in popularity. Oh, goodbye, Crit. Never mind.
Seneko also denied the bounty rune of the DK. But yeah, Elder Titan has been making a comeback due to OG's success with the hero. He also got buffed with the patch before the recent one. This hero has a weird strength about himself, and that is that he's an anti-carry in every way. They're trying to get the DK in mid lane.
Yeah, they might be able to get him too with the Spirit in there. The Stomp follow-up, No-Tail. Force Spirit waits. Okay, No-Tail's able to stick charge up. Back behind the T1 tower. Arstyle another orb. Fly trying to give the life, but he just gives enough. Thanks to the Sunray, he'll be able to walk his way all the way.
NaVi is picking up a very good rhythm. Lately it's been the case that if you keep the rhythm up during the early mid game, it's going to lead you to a very nice win. Just want to keep the aggression up. NaVi likes to play aggressive. Or they're going bottom on the Ricky.
Yeah, Crit trying to hide, but the dust is down. He'll blink strike himself up and away. General going to time walk up too. That dust only got another 1 second left on a Crit. Okay,
that's a lot of damage.
That's 3 points in time lock as well on General. No points up in violation for him.
Yeah, that's the change of time lock for you right there. Less damage inside Chronosphere, but more damage just regularly once you get that proc.
I think it's interesting the way NaVi runs the Lycan. Like when we see them play Lycan, they used to sack him in the safe lane, or they actually try to own him.
Yeah, Miracle's been waiting around here for like the last 2 minutes looking for an opening. So Moon just commits the wall, chases the tree line, but now they're a little bit too deep. More support's on its way, and that's going to be in the form of Snako. Spirit up, looking for a stomp. With Moon in the tree line, he's going to try and surge himself out. Well, thanks to the stomp from Miracle. He'll keep DRI in position. The Sunstrike's coming in. Miracle starts his TP. No stuns available. Miracle barely able to escape in the tree line.
That was unfortunate. I think the passive of the wall stopped the stomp. So...
Oh, yeah.
That's why the Sunstrike couldn't hit.
Yeah, that is actually pretty unfortunate. They like, Digi was trying to bait that out. He knew that Miracle was there for so long, but now it looks like No-Tail's dead mid. Easy rotation, easy kill. At the same time, you get Lycan down the top lane. They're going to dive in a little bit deeper. The Spirit's over on Snake over the Chrono. General catches two. The Sunstrike right position. Move up as well. Giving Dendi a double kill, thanks to one he got previously.
It was a very good movement by General. The goal by Fly was actually very nice, but the problem OG is facing is that they actually lack damage to burst targets. Every goal time.
Is that the problem because you're also running like this core Ricky?
Probably. There's a bunch of issues OG's gonna face. They're gonna go mid on Miracle.
Yeah, they're looking for the Sunstrike, but Miracle with the cold snap damage. Miracle stick charges are still not enough. Denny now claims his third kill of the game, and yep, there's your jump in. The sun rays out. DRI has no quick way to get away from this. Crit follows up, and they have enough damage for Snako. Rotates in, will get the stomp, but No-Tail with the double damage rune and range of the tier 1 tower will keep NaVi at bay at least.
It's a very fast-paced game. NaVi just keeps up the rhythm of killing them, and OG's also a very quick team. They want to respond as much as they can.
Yeah, you can see part of the damage department, they're trying to move Miracle around as sort of this roamer, but he by himself is ganking for like a Dragonite for level 6. That doesn't do much, but maybe General
they have enough damage. Even using the damage from the wall to get the kill was the Observer Ward just to the east, which set up for the gank.
At this point, they're doing a pretty good job of trying to threaten that top lane. That's one of the upsides. While the other lanes aren't going so well, the Darkseer has had a continual presence at top and will be able to pick up a pretty fast mech. But I'm not sure how OG turned that early mech into team fight wins.
OG has identified that Navi's safe lane is their weak spot. They've just literally put the Lycan there alone without any kind of help.
Dendi? See around here a little bit too long. They actually don't have a stump between the two because No-Tail went for 3 points up and breathed fire. Combining with the Sunray and maybe enough damage to catch up to Dendi. He'll get up onto the hillside. You're still going to fight going on top lane at the same time. But Dendi, Sunstrike's looking for Fly to walk into it with a cold snap. Dendi will end up dropping one Miracle back behind the tier 1 tower. The Wolves chasing him down. Santidira will get the revenge kill. 1 for 1.
That was a Invoker overstaying his welcome. A little bit too much. The tower push is very valuable though. Just Radiant losing the tier 1 mid tower is so much freedom for Dire to move into there. They already put 2 wards there too.
And this is something that Blitz continually harps on in our cast, the idea that the mid lane tower is one of the most important in the game just because it helps you protect like Dire side, it helps you Radiant side, it helps you keep some hold on the jungle, otherwise it's just completely wide open for Dire to invade.
Yeah.
But it's already kind of exposed.
So NaVi should be feeling very good overall, but they do realize that the Lycan is falling off a bit too much. He needs to pick up his pace in the game.
That support, General! Time walks out, dodges the stun, the Sunstrike's coming in, it hits soft crit, the Sunray from Fly was not doing enough, and now they turn, the Spirit's down with a cold snap on Miracle, he's dying too quickly, the Icarus time will help save Fly. But NaVi, even with that rotation, Dendi TP'd in underneath the Observer Ward from OG. OG tried to respond, but NaVi bring the numbers.
And NaVi is doing the totally correct moves. They just keep up the pressure and move all their heroes bottom. Try to get the tower.
Yeah, abuse that. I mean, especially since it's already shown to be a weak spot just in the first 5 minutes. Keep abusing that safe lane. Take the tower nice and early. Give OG no opportunity to be able to farm their jungle. If you had to like seriously theory craft a safe lane Riki, what would you say the big upside of the hero is, and what are some of the downsides?
Well, you're putting me in a weird spot here.
Trying to theory craft kind of a little bit of a joke pick from OG. Or experimental.
Riki safe lane does have some kind of value. I'm not sure you should go face with, so you should build a carry.
Well, they're jumping in. Going on Dendi, is the Sun going to be there? The Hex to start with because he's outside the smoke. Stun will be there with the tricks of the trade. They find just enough damage to kill off the Invoker.
And there's been a common kill right now on Invoker. Twice he's staying on the lane after pushing the tower. Usually you don't want to linger around the lane or very close forwards there. So it's like if you like get an objective like a kill or a tower, usually it's not very smart to linger around because the natural reaction of the opposite team is to just move their heroes there. It's a very natural reaction. And that's what OG has been doing, getting the kills on Invoker.
They're now playing a little bit more protection around Crit in that mid lane, while No-Tail's actually farming up as the Dragon Knight. He went for the Dragon Lance in this game, instead of trying to go for like a faster armlet.
Yeah, I mean, armlet is a pretty good item for quite some time now. Dragon Lance does provide a very even stats. It's kind of a good item on nearly every hero. Like, it's a new drums in some ways.
Just a really stat-efficient item that you can use it, you might as well pick it up.
OG's coming. They've already used the Dire Scan. NaVi may not be ready for this one. Roshan at 2k life. Now Miracle comes in looking for that Ravage done general. 3-man chrono. They catch Miracle on the front lines. Sunstrike to the back. So Miracle's down. The EG split hits perfectly. Tricks to the tray at the back line. Not really doing anything against this NaVi lineup. Now they trigger the dust. Up the Sentry Ward 2. 3 heroes. It's a 4-man backball, which will allow for the kill over on hardstyle. And Dendi, the stun from No-Tail, holds him in position. They're dropping down low. No-Tail actually doing some work, but the stomps, the ET, Snakeo's all over this fight. It's still a 4-for-2 as Snakeo forced to retreat up to the high ground, away from the breeze firing. Spirit's back in, but that last attack able to reach from No-Tail as General leaps away as well. Roshan still low, and Didira's coming back in to finish the job with the Blans. He may have a chance at this, but support's in again from OG. They're on the way.
It's going to be close. They should be able to pick up the Aegis in time, but they might still die.
Didira, he's in the pit, so is General. Time walk out for General. And Didira, well, he wants to... Okay, interesting. Finger from 10. No-Tail doesn't really have a lot of mana to work with. He's just got the range there from the Dragon Lance. Snakeo, he's not going to commit anything else for now. Just a quick little harass Spirit, and they'll back out.
The ward drop into the Finger of Death. That was clutch by Miracle. We haven't seen any big plays out of his support just yet, but that was the first sign of life for the OG here.
Yeah, that was a really good move by OG to contest the Roshan. OG's been very good at contesting Roshan lately. It paid off for them. That wasn't a good move for NaVi. They lost more than they gained.
Yeah, it started off kind of nasty with that quick Chronosphere.
Yeah, the Chrono itself was amazing. Just didn't come together enough. The Lycan couldn't dish out enough damage. He's like having a hard time with getting items. He's having a hard time finding his place in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, right? NaVi, they seem to do so well in the laning phase, but their two most important heroes, the Invoker and the Lycan, had a very rough time. Lycan in the laning phase was obviously shut out by Darkseer and repeatedly ganked, and then the Invoker as well got picked off one too many times. And their item progression is important because it provides all the damage for NaVi.
And the Necro Free on Lycan is extremely valuable in this game. It can shut down the Riki and the Lion just by itself. But this Void is essentially the real carrier of the game. He even went for the Midas.
General.
So Lycan is like a position-free hero. I mean, NaVi has kind of planned on that, and OG's smoking to kill that Lycan one more time.
They're also going to reveal their new item, which is the Armlet over on No-Tail. Looking for the opening with a quick surge up with the Iron Shell. You can say goodbye to Lion, but Didira being sun ray down the top. So Miracle just gets picked off in the river.
Normally you would say, like, oh, they got the kill on Miracle for Didira. That's a fair trade up, but joke's on you, NaVi. That's just a support Miracle.
Miracle with the third lowest net worth in the game.
No, OG is playing very well. They started to group up and get the kills. They isolate the target and just get the kills by overwhelming their like heroes like the Lycan. I feel like now we should just do the same though. They should just move together and try to find kills on every Chronosphere. I feel though that NaVi is a little bit angsty. It's probably the result of the games before and they're having a hard time against OG.
Is it also something maybe OG was thinking when you pick up a core Riki that NaVi doesn't have any real experience? Or do you think it's just like a little bit of, hey, OG, they want to just try anything?
Yeah, I think they're just, to put it nicely, experimenting.
That would be the good way to put it. They still have the Dragonite top of the net worth, so No-Tail's progression in items has been pretty good, but they do have to start worrying about the double minuses of NaVi and how that's going to start filling out that net worth chart for them. NaVi, taking Kuro's advice here, are going to be grouping up a bit more when they have the Chronosphere off cooldown and start pressuring some towers with the Exort Invoker.
Yeah, it seems like there will be a tower trade. The question is if NaVi actually wants to contest the mid lane. In general, already TP'd in. They're going to fight the mid lane.
With that leap to get a Chrono, he can catch out 3 right now, but the stun from Notal will catch him. The Spirit's falling up from Snake. There's a great space, but no! The Finger of Death from Miracle will remove the Chronosphere. You have taken on the line with a splitter available. Notal, no way to escape, but Dira also moving off that top lane.
Yeah, bottom lane, they try to get the Invoker too.
Does Crit have enough though? Like, Denny's going to jump in, Viz, Moon's coming, but they got no detection.
Yeah, Crit, I think he was waiting, and he kept on waiting, hoping that someone would come with some extra detection for him, because he knew that was just going to be a problem. As soon as he gets outside of that silence, you just...
These kind of movements, they're like related to how cleanly you can set them up. So we see like NaVi pushing bottom, and they want to defend the tier 1 mid tower at the same time. You could say it's a greedy idea, but I do like the move. Also unfortunate that the General couldn't pull off the Chronosphere. But it was still worth it for NaVi.
Yeah, great reaction there from Miracle, seeing that one. A large part of it is the way that NaVi, like, they send their initiators back first, but still keeping the Invoker on the front lines. It might have even caught OG by surprise if maybe it had been nighttime or something. That kind of rotation might have actually meant a full Chronosphere.
Oh, definitely on nighttime. Like, nighttime is going to be favorable for NaVi either way, just because they have the Faceless Void.
Yeah.
OG have a target to smoke too, thanks to that aggressive ward that's down. That's the second ping we're seeing come out from Fly.
They finally get an Necronomicon.
Yeah, that's a big pickup for the Lycan. He can now just hunt on the line by himself. Line does have a blink though.
Yep, and he's ready to use it. The Observer ward sees perfectly Didira. Search on Miracle. He actually doesn't find the blink area. There's no vision from NaVi. They do not see anyone from OG moving up until finally the Wolves have made a little bit of a move down. So they'll see Notal.
Yeah, right now NaVi is playing very well. They're utilizing the map correctly. The Invoker's just pressuring bottom. Like, defending the mid tower just leads to the bottom tower dying anyway for the Invoker. I think NaVi wants to contest this once more.
The immediate smoke pop. They still get the tier 1 tower, and they've got all the information too.
It's a long jump forward, Miracle. But Crit's right on top of Didira up inside the jungle area. But when time walks back, they realize that maybe there isn't a counter initiation straight away. Blink strike up from Crit. Try to slow down Didira. Miracle's going to arrive as well. No Finger of Death, but they've still got the stun controls. Going for the extra attacks, the tricks of the trade. Moon actually backs in for the kill. They get the wall off. Moon, does he have enough life? No, he doesn't. He'll be brought down, and now it's actually General having a time walk off the damage, but Crit, Blink striking forward, the Nova, forcing NaVi back into their base. Denny, he's just out of range. He'll survive on 5 HP, looking for the last tier Spirit hit. There's not going to come. 1-for-1 trade-off with the Stomp. Crit and Fly will have to stick around for a little bit longer, but there's no follow-up from NaVi.
That was so close to being great for OG, but they just couldn't quite finish off some of the heroes. Part of it being that the Elder Titan managed to get a pretty decent stomp that stopped the Crit from really continuing to move forward. And also them shutting down Crit in the first place. He's really not turning into that carry we hoped him to be. You know, Blackout Diffuse the Blade and that sort of thing. It just means he jumps on somebody. He can't by himself guarantee the kill. He always needs line with him.
Yeah, Crit is playing very well though. He keeps mining the Lycan and then just sets the pace for his team.
Well, they're jumping in again. Snake will win them in. Miracle commits the ultimate. So does Crit. Such a low cooldown as well.
Like, essentially the movement of OG is dictated by Crit. He just keeps scouting out the NaVi heroes, and the team just moves onto them.
Would you say that that's like one of the big things about Dota 2 right now? It's just like so much about information and what you can get. That's why heroes like Riki and even a little bit earlier on Bounty Hunter were so highly valued.
Yeah, it's always been the case.
Mid lane. They have a silence.
Yeah, General should go down if Crit can finish up the damage. General, now time walks off a little bit, and they go up to Miracle. The back, the wall, the main charge is enough to keep him alive. As Didira in that form, at least General's going to take a fall. Didira wants to go back in for Moon, realizing he's low, but all of OG came to defend that NaVi attack, and surprisingly also no one from NaVi didn't have everyone there. Dendi was still on bot lane.
And every kill on Miracle is a good kill, no matter what. So the case of information is like, you want information in Dota, and then you want to, and the second step is how you evaluate the information. That distinguishes the winning teams usually, or like the best teams. And OG is excellent at both. NaVi has a good way of finding the targets with the Lycan. The Lycan Wolves are extremely good at just scouting out and doing stuff. But DTR is just having a really hard time in this game. He just really wants to get his items.
One of the big things is OG is so willing to group up to make sure they win these team fights, but NaVi do have the bit of an exploit, one of the few cores that can really truly split push and still if he wants to be with the poker. Does he have boots of travel yet?
Yeah, he has the travel boots. There's a lot of burden on Dendi in this game. He's the highest farmed hero, as Invoker is usually. He has to do some magic for his team soon. General unfortunately kept dying like 3 times in a row, so he lost the pace of getting his items.
Well, he wanted to do a quick D1. Ends up not sacrificing any real big abilities from OG to find it, and now they'll actually D-ward the D-wards.
I mean, the team fights seem to be kind of going back and forth, but it's always OG getting consistent pickoffs.
Yeah. Now he has to be careful. This Roche area is, especially against OG, they really love to protect the Roshan area. They either contest it or they just go there before. And the game before, we saw something similar with the Kunkra. They kept just camping the dire ancients and got kills over kills. NaVi, like, they should leave the Invoker alone and group up with the other heroes. That's their like best choice of the game as for now.
What about OG? If it is so important for them to be able to contest Roshan, is there not some value in them trying to 5-man push that bottom tier 1? Or do you think it just doesn't make enough of a difference?
Naturally, the bottom tier 1 is a very good pickup to like make the Roche harder for Dire, but it's just not worth it anymore. They had a rough safe lane. OG is smoking in too for the kill right now.
With the Observer, what they see DRR pretty perfectly. A Miracle, he's the frontline jumper ahead. The other one with that Blink Dagger. Of course, you do have crit ready to jump as well. DRR forced off the side, tricks a trade. You get that ultimate off, catching a Miracle. You have to kill Miracle before the fight is won. General looking for a lock. Time walk forward. The start strike from Dendi. A fraction of a second too late. Miracle at the movement speed. There's your lock from General. The Miracle surging away. General up. Miracle down. But the roots are there. And Faces 4 will be able to reach him. Support's on the way in the form of Dendi beats him forward. It is NoTel and Arsal battling it out. The Mystic Flare drop, but NoTel is a beat. A tank, 3 seconds until he's going to turning back on cooldown with a breeze fire. He already gets the kill on Skywrath Mage. And they keep going after Fly. No Nicarus dive for Marvel in general. He's getting a